Welcome to the March 9th episode of Beacon Web News. I'm Nicole Lemire. On Saturday, March 4th, MCLA student Eddie Allison passed away unexpectedly. Eddie was a senior computer science major and was scheduled to graduate this May. He leaves behind his wife, Lori, and his 3 children, Scott, Danielle, and Greg, and 2 grandchildren. A memorial service celebrating Eddie's life is scheduled for this Saturday, March 11th at 10 a.m. at the Dwyer Funeral Home in Pittsfield. He was 56 years old. If you are in need of any support, counseling services are available in the Wellness Center. To reach out, you can email counselingservices@mcla.edu or call the number listed here. On the morning of Friday, March 3rd, the NAPD received calls regarding an accident at the intersection of the southbound lane of Curran Highway. 3 cars collided near Walmart's southern entrance, and one of the victims was trapped in their vehicle as the engine compartment of the car was on fire. Thankfully, bystanders were able to help remove the person from their car, but those from all 3 cars had to be transported to the hospital, and the vehicles were towed. The identities of these people and the severity of their injuries are not public at this time. First Friday kicked off in downtown North Adams at the beginning of the month, with many local businesses attending and hosting many events. BWN reporter Savanna Amaral discovers more about the North Adams community.
Friday, March 3rd, downtown North Adams hosted the First Fridays event. Participating businesses included Gallery 51, Bailey's Bakery, Heart's Pace Tea Shop, Savvy Hive, The Plant Connector, Future Labs Gallery, and Allison Pebworth Gallery. I got the scoop on these North Adams businesses. The theme of this month's First Fridays was First Bites, with local restaurants offering meal deals and local businesses offering small bites and drinks. Emily Yan, owner of The Plant Connector, comments on this year's theme.
It's a great theme for all the restaurants and all the other eateries in town, our beat eateries in town. Yeah, it's really fun to see different types of businesses engaged into the actual event. So yeah, I'm stoked on it.
Awesome.
Can't wait to go eat some good.
Bailey's Bakery, which is a new addition to Main Street, was excited for this month's event and comments on the importance of the First Fridays event.
I like the theme. I think it gets people thinking of different areas of downtown and maybe brings them out just for a night out that could be a little bit less expensive than doing a full meal for their family.
Jessica Sweeney, owner of Savvy Hive, stayed open late for the event in order to connect with customers about her new rental program.
Talking about my new rental program where if anyone needs like a gown or a costume or a suit, they can rent it here affordably rather than buying, a really expensive gown for a one-day thing.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Downtown North Adams features a wide array of art galleries. Emily Pebworth, who has installations featured in Eagle Street Gallery, gives her thoughts on owning a gallery in North Adams.
My studio and project space. I'm new here, I'm just figuring it out, but I'm trying to change the installation every month to coincide with the First Fridays, because it brings people out here and I want to meet people, and I'm in this studio because it has all this window space, so it's kind of like I'm in a fishbowl, and just seeing who's curious, inviting curious people in, and slowly I'll figure out what I'm doing here. Right now I have no idea.
The Future Labs Gallery was hopping. Owner Sonia Demakarovov speaks about the 2 artists featured in the show.
The show is called Unexpected Encounters, and it's these 2 ladies who met to make a book. One is an illustrator, one is a writer, and they are both artists. And when we wanted to make this show, we just sort of were looking at how to make their art speak to each other. We sort of wanted to have like a conversation.
North Adams businesses were out in full force, and downtown North Adams had a lively feel. That was the scoop on this month's First Friday event. The next First Friday event will be on April 7th from 5 to 8 p.m. Sending it back to me in the studio, I'm Savanna Amaral.
On Monday, March 6th, the 2023 commencement speaker was announced by President Jamie Burge via email. The speaker will be Dr. Patricia Oker, who is president of New College of Florida, a small public liberal arts school in Sarasota, Florida. Dr. Oker's message will emphasize diversity, equity, and inclusion. For more information about commencement, visit the link below. During March 9th, 10th, and 11th, Mass MoCA will be hosting dancer-in-residence the Looney Chalk. Chalk, known for his role in Kentridge's The Head and the Load, will develop a dance work with collaborator Albert Fana Shabalala. Visitors can watch the creation of this dance set while enjoying the improvised music, which is free with museum admission. Speaking of visitors, Joe Dwinell, Boston Herald's executive editor and MCLA alum of '82, came back to MCLA as a visiting Hardman journalist in residence. Dwinell spent the day on campus and presented a lecture called Innovations in Journalism, News Must Never Die. BWN reporter Isabel Beauchamp got an exclusive interview with Joe Dwinell to learn more about journalism and Dwinell himself.
Monday, February 27th, Joe Dwinell hosted the 2023 Hardman Journalist in Residence Lecture located in MCLA's FCSI atrium. Every year, the Hardman Lecture Series introduces detailed discussions with well-known journalists, made accredited by the Hardman Family Endowment.
I started here, delivering the beacon around this campus in my old car.
Dwinell graduated MCLA with the class of '82, obtaining a bachelor's degree in English. He furthered his education at Boston University, earning a master's degree in journalism. While being an executive editor of the Boston Herald for the past 18 years, Dwinell highlights crucial advice for aspiring journalists.
I would say for any journalist, stick with it, but also don't go the traditional route, because you're not going to be on CBS News, you're not going to be on Face the Nation right away. You need to go wherever you can get your foot in the door and then build. I feel you have to pay it back. You really do. You have to pay it back. People cared about me when I was here, and maybe I didn't deserve it, but they helped me, and I wanted to be a professional at something, and I kept on trying everything, and all I succeeded in was writing. I'm so glad that I didn't give up on myself, and that's why I wanted to come back and say that.
While this free and open to the public lecture was presented both in person and via Zoom, Dwinell's speech invited the audience to make comments and ask questions, creating a cordial and welcoming environment. Throughout the night, staff members facilitated a variety of food and beverages available for the audience as well. And until next time, this is Isabel Beauchamp with the Beacon Web News.
Do you think you or someone you know is worthy of an award? Well, it's time to nominate people from the community for the MCLA Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Awards. To nominate someone or yourself, use this link shown here. Voting ends on March 10th. On March 11th at 8 p.m., North Adams Pride will be hosting the first ever Northern Lights Ball at the Elks Lodge. Sparkly, lit costumes and ball attire are welcome, and the event will feature performances from local drag queens along with DJ BFG. Tickets are $15 each, and eventgoers can also purchase a ticket for someone in need through the event's Eventbrite page. The Student Government Association and the National Residence Hall Honorary hosted the Campus Center Takeover. Students were presented with free food, prizes, mini games, and more. BWN reporter Deni Rizvic attended and got students' opinions of the event.
Hello, I'm Deni Rizvic with the Beacon Web News, and this week we went to the Campus Center Takeover hosted by SGA to see what's going on. Student Government Association and the National Residence Hall Honorary hosted the Campus Center Takeover, where different clubs had tables where other students can win tickets for a raffle. There are multiple clubs, including outdoors clubs, tabletop games clubs, and SAC. I also spoke to a few different students to see what their thoughts were on the event.
This event is wicked fun, and I'm having a really good Wednesday night.
I didn't expect today to be a great day, but I came here, got some good raffles going on, and I'm about to win.
I got free chocolate milk and a free thing. Win-win.
I spoke to staff director Allison Williams to get her thoughts on the event.
Everything worked out really, really well. We had students, which was the goal of every event that we put on, but especially last night, and we were happy with the turnout, and I don't think the club and organizations would have picked any other way to do it.
How about the students?
About 50 students that came, just a little bit over it, which sounds like a small number, but compared to the rest of the events that have been happening all year, that was a huge turnout.
For more information on SGA or the NRHH, please contact the emails below.
Looking for a night of comedy? Bright Ideas Brewing in Massamoka will be hosting Live Comedy on Tap, which is a stand-up show on March 11th featuring Jason Choi, Sean Hollenbach, and Charlie Nadler. These comedians have been featured in comedy festivals such as the New York Comedy Festival and on streaming services such as Amazon Prime. The show is at 6:30 p.m. and tickets are $15 each. The MCLA Leadership Academy is having an open house event on March 11th from 11:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. in Pittsfield. The open house is to promote school leadership and how to apply for their program. To register, use the link below. Recently, the Mind's Eye hosted MCLA history professor Anthony Daly, who presented his research about 19th century British history. BWN reporter Mamadou Diallo explores more into the Mind's Eye.
Thursday, March 2nd, Anthony Daly held an event on 19th century British history. This event is an ongoing series with faculty hosting a presentation on their research. Anthony Daly gives us an insight on his topic.
This was part of a series where faculty give talks about their research. So I was talking about my research in kind of 19th century British and Irish radical politics, and William Sharman Crawford, who was part of a campaign to change voting rights in Britain in around 1830s, 1840s.
He also gives us his thoughts on how the event went from his point of view.
I was really happy. There was a good turnout of kind of people from the campus community. It gave me a chance to really kind of put my ideas forward to an audience in a different format. I'm used to more academic conferences, and it kind of helped me synthesize my ideas for an article that I'm hoping to write later this year.
Anthony talks about what the viewers should take away from his lecture.
I think it's really interesting that the campaign I was looking at, the Chartist campaign, was trying to basically give the working people of Britain a political voice. So I think it's interesting to look back and see how people in the past have tried to change the political system to give a wider, more representative, how the population as a whole represented politically. That's what the organization was doing that I was studying for talking about today.
MCLA's Arts and Culture program, Gallery 51, is presenting its latest exhibit titled Layer/Build Collage Explored. This new art installation will be on display until April 7th, 2023. Gallery 51 is open from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday and is located on 51 Main Street. All are welcome. Noah Yearsley, a graduate student on the men's basketball team, was named to the MASCAC All-Conference First Team. This is Yearsley's first time being selected for the team. Last season, he was selected on the MASCAC All-Conference Second Team. Sophomore Nathan Haley of the men's lacrosse team was named Player of the Week in the North Atlantic Conference. Haley scored 8 times in a 24-3 opening day win over Mitchell College and added a hat trick yesterday in an 11-6 setback against Regis College. MCLA spring sports are preparing for their upcoming seasons. From traveling to playing games, BWN reporter Marley-Wright gives you your spring sports roundup.
Hello, my name is Marley-Wright, and this is your spring sports roundup. The baseball team is heading to Florida to compete in the Russ Matt tournament in Florida on March 10th. The Trailblazers will be playing 7 games against 4 teams. The first day under the warm weather, the team will play a doubleheader against Medill University from Buffalo, New York. The Trailblazers will stay in the Southern State till the 16th to play against UMaine Farmington, Colby Sawyer College, UMaine at Prequel Isle, and Dickinson College. The softball team will also be traveling down south. The Trailblazers will be competing in Naples, Florida. The team will play 10 games against 10 teams ranging from Ohio to Wisconsin. The softball team's first game will be against Finlandia University from Hancock, Michigan. The Trailblazers will be playing in Naples until March 16th. To see the live scores of some of the games, head over to the athletics.mcla.edu. In men's lacrosse, the Trailblazers had their first win of the season on February 26th against Mitchell College. MCLA had a strong defense, allowing Mitchell to get only 10 shots on goal, 3 of which went in. The final score was 24-3. Unfortunately, this feeling of victory was short-lived. The Trailblazers fell short against Regis College, losing 11-6. The men's lacrosse team's next game is on Saturday, March 11th at Mount St. Vincent at 4 p.m. Women's lacrosse is preparing to begin their season. The Trailblazers' first game is on Thursday, March 9th at Wells College at 4 p.m. When we return from spring break, catch the team playing against Northern Vermont Linden College. The match will take place on Saturday, March 25th at 3 p.m. on Shoecraft Field. That's this week's Spring Sport Roundup. Back to you, Nicole.
The Route 2 overpass in North Adams may be no more soon, as the city received a $750,000 grant to connect downtown and Mass-MoCA. This grant was given as part of the Reconnecting Communities pilot program, which helps aid with projects that connect neighborhoods and remove various barriers regarding transportation. At a Mass-MoCA Commission meeting, Mayor Jennifer Maxey stated that the Route 2 bridge may not necessarily be removed, but it is an idea that the city will explore and consider. The desired outcome is a version of North Adams that is connected and allows residents easier access to various opportunities. Summer course registration is now available at MCLA. Courses will be offered to MCLA students, high school students, interested individuals within the community, master's degree seekers, and other Berkshire-based college students who are looking to transfer credits. MCLA offers 2 summer sessions, Session A, which runs from May 22nd to June 30th, and Session B, which takes place from July 3rd to August 11th. Classes will be held both online and on campus. For more stories, check out the Beacon's new website, theonlinebeacon.com. That was this episode of Beacon Web News. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at mclabeacon.news. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel at MCLA Beacon. This is Nicole Lemire. Thank you for tuning in, and see you next episode.